And now your ACME News with your ACME News anchor, Rich Keith.
Good evening. Our top story tonight, California is on fire again. It has gotten so bad, and this is true, that the Today Show has decided to forecast the weather in Northern California as smoky. However, on the upside, here in the Southland, we will remain mostly mesquite. Today's show forecast, as always, brought to you by Kenny Rogers Roasters. Next up, in national news, a USA Today study out this week shows that the Hispanic population is surging not from illegal immigration, but instead from new immigrants giving birth. In response, Dick Cheney ordered 6 million tiny little fences. Looks uncomfortable. Hate to get her home from the bar. Yikes. And I found worse. And now, in an effort to find Osama bin Laden, here with a continuing segment, Where in the World is Osama bin Laden, is Jillian Boyd. Jillian?
He's not here, Rich.
The search continues. Jillian Boyd, everyone. In local news, the Los Angeles Times announced Tuesday that it's cutting 150 people from its writing staff, which prompted a flurry of angry letters from its reader. His name is Stuart, and he loves Family Circus. And he never leaves his bedroom. And now, with a look at the dating scene, we welcome, and let me get this correct, Dimitri Popescu. Dimitri?
Thank you very much, Rich. Thank you very much. That was a very nice pronunciation.
Thank you. I took a class.
Yes. Now, yes, ladies and gentlemen, in this town that we live in, there is beauty everywhere. Everywhere you look, you know, from the streets to the clubs to the cars. Beauty abounds. Okay? Now, you know, it's not, you know, beauty abounds, and, you know, it's just a matter of fact that, you know, in this town, people are most beautiful. Now, I have met last week the most beautiful girl. She was elegantly, her name is Mariska on Melrose. Mariska on Melrose, I met her.
Mariska on Melrose. Sorry.
Yes, Rich. Mariska was an exquisite beauty.
She seems nice, I guess.
Yes, I gave Mariska my card. We traded information. And I went ahead and I called her the next day. Okay? She didn't call me back.
Oh.
So, I called her again. I do not like to leave second messages, but I called her and I said, if I do not hear from you by Saturday night at 8:30, you can lose my phone number and my offer of romance would have expired.
Dimitri, is there a story here? Or?
Rich, please.
I'm sorry.
So I'm going to take a moment to talk directly to Mariska. Are these cameras working?
Sure they are.
Okay, good. Mariska. Okay, dear. 8:30 has come and gone, okay? And you have lost out on a total catch. I am good looking, I am rich, and I am well endowed. Okay? There is nothing wrong with me. This was an opportunity of a lifetime for you, okay? Now, I'm sure there's some people in this audience who know Mariska. Actually, maybe she's here. Maybe Mariska's here.
I don't see her.
If she's not here, she's watching at home, okay? Bottom line is, Mariska, you are going to feel the sting of this rejection as if a swarm of Africanized bees are attacking you from all over. Rich, please, don't interrupt. Now, Mariska, perhaps, you know, you find yourself in a coma because of a drug overdose. Okay? Or perhaps you were in a horrific accident in an illegal street race. Or perhaps you were kidnapped by ninjas. These things I can deal with, okay? But nobody says, you know, call me, handsome on the business card, and then doesn't return calls. It's extremely passive-aggressive, yes?
Oh, sure.
You should actually check it out. Passive-aggressive personality disorder. Look into it, okay? And let me know, you know, because if you've got mental problems, you know, you're on any medication for anxiety or depression, I'm not interested. Okay? But if you are psychologically normal, and the reason you haven't called me is because, you know, there's some tragic thing happened to you in your life which prevented you, that's fine. But otherwise, don't call me. Okay? Rich? What was that? That is what's happening in the news, my friend.
Okay, Dimitri Popescu, everyone. Kidnapped by ninjas, that's awesome. In international news, the Simon Wiesenthal Center, a leading Nazi hunting organization, says they have strong evidence that a former Nazi known as Dr. Death is in southern Chile or Argentina. Authorities say he may have evaded capture by changing his name to Mr. Death. I hear the doctor was honorary anyway, so yeah, Holocaust humor. It's always a winner. Earlier this week, the Colombian government led a covert operation against the guerrilla group FARC that led to the release of former Colombian presidential hopeful Ingrid Betancourt, as well as three American defense contractors that were kidnapped in 2003. With us tonight is one of those contractors, Mr. Thomas Howes. Mr. Howes, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Rich.
Oh, thank you so much for being here with us tonight. And I'm sure that this whole process has really been an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah, it sure has, but I never gave up hope of our release.
What? That's great. What got you through it?
Well, I just knew that nothing lasts forever, just like that brief war that we had in Iraq.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, he's been in captivity for 5 years. Listen, Mr. Howes, actually, we're still in that war. It's still going on, right this minute.
What?
Yeah, it's still going on.
President Bush said mission accomplished in 2003.
No, not really, not so much.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
So what has this all done to your family?
Oh, they've been great. They've been really supportive. I'm actually really looking forward to taking my son to a baseball game. I've always told him that the great American pastime is full of heroes that everyone can look up to.
Yeah, actually, baseball is kind of in the middle of a steroid scandal that's so widespread, Congress had to get involved. So.
Oh.
Been a long
I guess
fight.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah. Sorry to be the bearer of all the bad news in the world. Well, on the bright side, Mr. Howes, I hear that Hollywood has come calling, and there are plans to turn your story into a movie. I mean, that should make you a pretty penny.
Well, unfortunately, I won't be making any money out of the deal because I was told by a studio executive that our story was similar to a pitch that they had already bought about a former Colombian presidential candidate and 3 defense contractors who were taken hostage by FARC.
Wow, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Well, at least I still have my Enron stock.
Well, welcome home, Mr. Howes.
Thank you.
Thomas Howes, everyone. In science news, according to a new study out Wednesday, keeping a food diary may be a key to losing extra weight. However, the study was inconclusive as many participants made their diary out of pancakes. Fluffy, yummy food diary. Whatever. We here at ACME News have a brand new segment tonight that we like to call Things You'd Never Say Out Loud. It's something you may think, but you would never, ever say out loud. Here with this fun new segment is Jake West. Jake?
Thanks, Rich. Thanks, everyone, for warm applause. There we go. All right. All right. Good. Yeah, warm it up. All right, Rich, let's get right to this week's Thing You'd Never Say Out Loud. Today, former White House Press Secretary Tony Snow died of colon cancer, proving you can only be full of shit for so long before your ass explodes. Oh, hilarious. Yes, it is. Rich?
Wow.
I know.
I would never say that out loud.
Neither would I. Rich?
Jake West, everyone. And finally this evening, T-Mobile has joined Sprint, Nextel, AT&T, and Verizon in hiking the prices of text messages from 15 cents to 20 cents, forcing customers to find innovative ways to cut costs, such as using their phone as an actual fucking phone.